Hi, this is the Tiger Wolf 55,
And this is the Ninja Psychic Wonderloo.
and welcome to this, a very special episode of Cinema Semantics.
Semantics.
Something wrong?
Why is this a very special episode?
Well, do you remember a couple of months back that conversation that you and I had?
No.
Then let me refresh your memory. Hey Ninja, we still need to go over
Wolf, I need to talk to you.
Okay, good. I need to talk to you
No,
too.
you don't understand. I need to talk to you first. But first, you need to sit down.
Why?
You just need to sit down and watch.
Okay.
And keep your eyes open.
Alright, what am I watching?
Are you ready?
Holy Hannah!
Ta-da!
Turn that off!
Too much?
What do you think? Ninja, what is all this?
I want to stand out more.
What?
I want to stand out more in Cinema Semantics. I have this little bit part. I want to stand out more.
Why?
I do nothing. I don't talk. You have all the specs. I want to talk more. I do nothing.
But I'm already Al Borland to your Tim the Toolman Taylor. For crying out loud, anybody that I've talked to has said that their favorite scene in our series so far was when you threw me across the room.
Yeah, in our first episode. That was a long time ago, Wolf. I want to stand out more.
Fine. Give me some time, I'll work on it.
I want to stand out.
I get it, I'll work on it. But first, get rid of these lens flare generators. What'd you do, steal them from the new Enterprise?
Full.
Do you remember now?
No.
No, of course you don't.
No.
Well, I did, and I've been working on it.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And I have the solution right here.
A remote.
A very special remote. Now just stand still.
What else can I do?
I hope this works.
Hope.
Well, I haven't tested it out yet.
You haven't tested this out yet, and
Now
you're
stand
using
still.
it on me?
No,
No,
don't
Wolf.
move.
Wolf,
Ready,
I'm scared.
and
No.
go! Ta-da!
Ew.
Mm-hmm.
I'm bulgy.
That's right, and I'm a genius.
I'm bulgy.
You already said that.
My butt is huge.
Uh-oh.
Wolf, you give me the remote now.
Why?
I want to get skinny again. Give me the remote.
No, not after all the work that I put
Give
into
it to
this.
me.
Not happening. This is a highly delicate piece of equipment. Put that away.
Give me the remote now, Wolf.
Not happening.
I will hit you.
No.
Give it to me.
Stay away
No,
from me.
give it!
Get out! What was that for?
You make me fat? I hit you.
I did not make you fat.
Yes, you did.
You said you wanted to stand out more. I did what you wanted. You're standing out more. An entirely new dimension.
This is not exactly how I wanted to stand out. What does this button do, huh?
Don't press the button.
Or maybe this one.
Don't press that button.
Or that one.
Dee Dee,
How
don't
about
press
this
that.
one?
Darn it, Ninja! I told you not to press the button. Give me that.
It's not my fault you made me fat. What's the matter with you making me fat? Look at this.
Number one, you asked for it. Number two, nice going. There was only enough power for 2 transitions, and you just wasted the second one.
This isn't fair.
What?
I'm bulging, and you say skinny.
No.
Change this back.
I just said we're out of power.
I don't care. Get power back in it. Get a cell phone charger. I don't care what you use.
A cell phone charger?
Yes, recharge it. Change this back to where I'm nice and thin and have a nice little shape. Right, people? You believe me?
Please excuse us. Apparently now that she has a nervous system, she's having a nervous breakdown.
Wolf!
Look, it'll take me a little bit of time before I can get power back.
How much time?
I don't know. Do you know how long it took me just to make this one? Look, in the meantime, it's my turn to choose the film. So please, just spin the spinner.
Fine.
Okay, and today's film is Family.
Family? What kind of a family does this to each other?
Quit it. Well, since you chose a rather small movie last time, I'm going to choose a big movie this time. The biggest family film of all time, in fact. I am talking about Toy Story 3.
Oh, I love that movie.
Oh, good. Then you are not going to have a problem reviewing it.
I ain't reviewing it.
Excuse me?
I'm not reviewing Toy Story 3.
You love it, but you're not going to review it. I'm sensing a disconnect here.
I did very un-ninja psychic-like things when we saw it, so I ain't reviewing it.
Oh, you're talking about when you cried in the theater. Oh!
I did not cry. I missed it. I lightly missed it in my eyes.
It was a very touching movie, and she wept openly in the theater.
I did not weep. I don't weep.
You cried harder than the 2-year-olds.
I did not.
Stop lying. It does not become you.
Oh, just start with a review.
Fine. Toy Story 3, released in 2010 by Disney Pixar, directed by Lee Unkrich, starring Tim Allen as Buzz Lightyear.
And Tom Hanks as Woody.
That's right. All the ensemble cast is back from the previous 2 films. Ham, Mrs. and Mrs. Potato Head, Slinky the Dog.
Rex.
Also Jessie the Yodeling Cowgirl, Bullseye, and the Space Alien toys. Each character's voice actor has returned, except for Slinky the Dog, whose voice actor Jim Varney sadly passed away in 2000. But the replacement actor that they got for him filled in very nicely. You would not have been able to tell that there was a difference.
Very good job.
And for the rest of the characters who don't make a return appearance, they are explained away quite nicely within the first 10 minutes of the film. Now on to the story. By the time this film has started, Andy's grown up and is about to go to college. The toys, they're pining away for the old times when they used to play with Andy and he would play with them.
Pining? Please. They were making up these huge plans as to how to get Andy to play with them again. Pining does not express it correctly.
True. But by the time the first 5 minutes have rolled on in this film, the toys have given up. They're resigned to a life in the attic, which Woody is trying to get them all excited for. Because, as he says, it's a toy's job to be there for their owner whenever they need them, no matter what.
Yeah, the other toys find this idea completely and utterly ridiculous and insane.
Could you not be so insulting during this review? I realize that you're a little miffed, but you know.
I'll get nicer, maybe.
We'll see. Well, anyway, unfortunately, as Andy is packing away for college, there's a little bit of a mix-up with the toys that he wants to put into the attic and the trash that he's about to put outside. Needless to say, the toys end up in the trash.
And, of course, they're very wounded. And that was the beginning of the misting eyes.
Woody goes out to save them, only to discover that they've already escaped the trash compactor of doom and have made their way to a box that is being donated to Sunnyside Daycare Center. Well, in that box, we meet Barbie, voiced by Jodie Benson, the same woman who voiced Ariel from The Little Mermaid.
From that point, Woody gets into the van and, he's trying to convince them, let's go back to the attic. We can hang out with the Christmas lights and ornaments. But the other toys say, no, I would. They said that, they want to be played with and loved again. And then because of another mix-up, Woody ends up going to the daycare center with all the other toys.
Once at the daycare center, it looks like a toy's paradise. They discover that the toys that are there are well kept for, the kids come in, love them, and because the kids only last a year or so at Sunnyside Daycare Center, they're replaced by a new batch of kids every year. So far, it appears to be a dream come true for these toys because no attachment means no heartache.
And hey, to little kids, no toy goes out of style.
Yeah, but unfortunately, the toys discover that the heavenly bliss that they were shown is not exactly what they're destined for. Instead, they are to be put into the nightmarish kitty room. Because they're stuck in a room of screaming toddlers who don't know a single thing about how to really play with the kinds of toys that they are, the toys are pretty much battered, beaten, and tortured before the day is through.
Yeah, to toddlers, a toy is something to throw, lick, paint, run over, who knows what.
We get it. Woody, however, was able to escape this punishment and discovers that all is not as it seems at Sunnyside Daycare Center.
Nope.
Aside from the fact that new toys are destined to go directly to the preschool room, like his friends were, there's also something much more sinister underneath the layers of Sunnyside's brick walls. At this point, it's now up to Woody to save his friends and get them back into Andy's house before he leaves for college. Well, not wanting to delve any further for risk of spoilers, any thoughts, Wonderloo?
Well, let's see. It's a fabulous movie, even if I did cry a little.
Weep!
Okay, fine. Who am I kidding? To all my ninja and psych friends out there, I have failed you.
I'm pretty sure fellow psych fans will forgive you, And how many ninja friends do you know anyway?
Shut up.
Mm-hmm. Well, anyway, the story itself is superb. Now, I have to admit that going into Toy Story 3, I wasn't actually expecting that much.
No, it's kind of like one of those things. Okay, we'll go to see it because, it's nostalgic because of Toy Story 1 and then, of course, because of Toy Story 2.
Mm-hmm. Part of the reason that my expectations were rather low was because of all the hype that had been built around it. I mean, come on, the internet buzz surrounding this movie alone made it seem like it was destined to fail just because of the pedestal it had been put up on.
And let's face it, most movies that they really, really talk up are some of the worst movies.
Especially when they are number 3 in a trilogy. I'm looking at you, X-Men 3, Shrek 3, and I have your number, Matrix Revolutions.
Anyway, Toy Story 3 did not fail to deliver at all in any shape, way, or form.
It is one of the very few third in a trilogy movie series,
especially a cartoon,
that is actually better than the first 2 films.
It's like the first 2 films, all they did was just, nicely set up for this film. But this one was the Toy Story film.
And that's saying something, because if you really think about it, the first 2 films were already very self-contained in and of themselves. But this film, if you had asked me 10 years ago whether or not they should make another Toy Story, I would have said, no, leave it alone. They did a wonderful job with Toy Story 2. You cannot get any better with that. Don't fix something that isn't broken. Now, I can't imagine the Toy Story franchise without Toy Story 3.
It's also one of those things where, like when Wolf and I went to go in to see the movie, we were like, okay, we're adults saying this. We feel pretty lame coming in here.
Speak for yourself.
But I think that we enjoyed it more than the kids in the theater, honestly.
I wouldn't be surprised, and I think the makers of Toy Story 3 knew exactly what they were doing with that too. They made sure that they kept it fresh enough and fun enough with all the colors and everything for kids who didn't grow up with Toy Story, but at the same time they kept in mind the people like you and me, Ninja, who grew up in the 90s with the first 2 films and would have a special place in our hearts for it.
So, to wrap it up real quick, the movie is fantastic. You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll cry some more.
Mm-hmm.
And there's something for everyone. The parents, because, well, Andy's grown up, he's going to college, and, this is their child. They're seeing their kid growing up with Andy, basically, and now the kid is leaving. For people our age, it's, right now, I'm Andy. I have to let go of my past. I have to now move on. And for the kids, well, who cares? It's fun.
And the emotional climax at the end...
I still cry.
Okay, we cannot say anything about that other than what we already have. Except for I cannot believe that this was for a kid's film. I cannot stress how much I cannot believe that this was for a kid's film.
It has such an emotional thing to it, especially when I see one scene. Even just thinking about it, I can still cry if I really think about it.
There is a major reason why this film was nominated for the Best Picture awards at the Oscars. It lost to The King's Speech, but in this humble Tiger Wolf's opinion, it was the best movie of 2010.
You got that right. Okay, well, now that we've reviewed the movie, now you get back to debulging me.
I think you spent more time harping on that than the actual movie.
Ugh.
Look, I'll work on it, okay?
Thank you. For Cinema Semantics, this is the now bulgy Ninja Psychic Wonderloo.
And this is the I'm going to have a major headache until I get this fixed, Tiger Wolf 55. Take care, everybody.
Bye!